Welcome to Sinbin Stream. Today we have the Chicago White Sox at Cincinnati Reds, game 3 of a 3-game series, and the White Sox have taken the first 2 games on Tuesday and Wednesday, and here we are Thursday morning. Sox with their first 3-game win streak of the season, and they're going for the sweep before they head back to Chicago and travel to Wrigley Field to take on the Cubs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all games at 1:20. We will have game 1 and 3 for sure. Maybe I will join game 2 in progress. I have to iron out my Saturday plans, still to be determined. I'll be right back. Oh, should have muted the mic. Forgot to grab my tablet. Alright, hope everybody's having a good Thursday so far. Whoops. And I looked it up. The Sox have been 7-6 in the month of May. And 6-6 in their last 12, because they were 8-23. And now they've improved to 14-29. Still 15 under, but 500 ball is an improvement. All right, let me check the audio real quick. All right, we're good. All right, again, first pitch coming up a couple minutes here at 11:40. I'm going to take this down, get us ready here. Again, coming up this week here on Sinbin Stream. White Sox at Cubs, 1:20 tomorrow. Friday night UFL football, 7 o'clock. Saturday to be determined. Maybe White Sox at Cubs joined in progress. So I don't know if I'm going to make it back before 1:20. Or maybe I'll do the Sky at Fever. Should be the opener for the Sky, I believe, on the road, WNBA. Then Sox at Cubs Sunday, 1:20. And then the first 2 games of the 3-game set, which we'll have all 3 here, Monday, Tuesday at 6:40. Mariners in town to take on the White Sox. All right, desktop audio is muted. Let me take this down. Looks like we're about set. And let me close out YouTube control panel and reopen it. All right, let's see if this is working. All right, there we go. All right, there's the Sox lineup. Vargas, Rojas, Robert Jr., Vaughn, Tice, Sosa, Palacios, Baldwin, Amaya. Let's get the Reds defense. So Vaughn is the DH today. Here's the Reds defense. Nick Martinez, 8 starts, 44 and 2/3 of an inning, 4.23 ERA, 37 strikeouts, 11 walks on the season. He has a changeup, 4-seam fastball, cutter, sinker, slider, curveball. Pretty evenly distributed. 20% for the curveball, changeup 21% amongst his pitches. All right, there's the defense. Hayes, Benson, Joe, the outfield. Espinal, De La Cruz, McLean, Steer on the infield. Martinez to Tyler Stevenson is the battery for the Reds. All right, just getting set here. Marvin Hudson, 58th game since 2023. I missed it. He was right. He was in the middle, not favoring batters or pitchers, I believe. Boy, it looks dark. I got to work on my shadows. I know this eye gets a little shadow, I think, from my hat. I got to work on that. Apologies. All right. Miguel Vargas, 2 for 10 this series. Steps in, and we're about set for the first pitch. Wow, this guy really rocks on the mound. Martinez, low, 4-seam, ball 1, and we're underway. 11:42, first pitch. Wow, this is going to drive me crazy. This Martinez guy just sits there and rocks. Oh, excuse me, swing. Tapper, third baseman gets it. And Vargas beats it out, and the Sox have a hit to lead off the top of the first. Good hustle down the line. Ooh, boy, that was close. I'm wondering if the Reds will challenge. He might have been out. I mean, best case scenario, tie goes to the runner. We'll see. Yeah, I think they're already talking about it. Let me listen in real quick. Yeah, I think he's out. I'm wondering if the Reds are challenging. I don't know how the baseball challenges work. It was a bang bang play. I mean, best case scenario, tie goes to the runner. All right, it is a ground out, 5-3. I was afraid of that. All right, take the hit away, and we'll take the runner off the board. Yeah, it's the right call. It just adds a tough. Whoops, I got to put the out up. All right, that'll bring up Rojas, the second baseman today. Sorry, strike 1. I was looking away. All right, here we go. Lefty against a righty. Martinez. Changeup low and outside. 1-1. The camera. Okay, Rojas 167 in 8 games. That's his batting average. The camera angle is like right behind the pitcher today. Feel like they adjusted it. Swung on and missed. Okay, it wasn't 1-1. Strike 3. I guess he swung. I'll pay attention. Apologies for that. Too quickly, 2 away. Ground out that got overturned. Was originally an infield hit. It was a 5-3 on the putout, third to first. Then strikeout for the second hitter. That'll bring up Robert Jr. Center fielder. Sinker. Looked a hair outside, but it's called a strike. He's hitting 190 on the season. 617 OPS. All right. Martinez delivers right down the middle. Changeup taken. Strike 2. And I guess, okay. They were showing betting lines on who's going to likely hit a home run. Changeup, 79, just missed, low. Ball 1. All right, they're setting up outside. Here's the pitch. Fouled off a cutter, 90. We'll do the 1-2 pitch again. Fresh baseball for Martinez, number 28 for the Reds. All right, setting up high in the zone. Fouls off a four-seam pretty much right down the middle. Still 1-2. All right, 5 home runs, 17 RBIs on the season. Roberts 2 for 8 in this series. And I'd have to check the updates, but he was leading the league in stolen bases. Or I should say Major League Baseball, both leagues. Changeup just misses low. Oh, he didn't check his swing. That'll retire the side. We head to the bottom of the first. No score. Reds coming to bat. Dang. Yeah, I had to correct that hit. That's why it does that anytime I edit. It's not me switching it live. Yeah, so we'll be back on the air here on Sinbin Stream on YouTube. 1:15 tomorrow. Sox travel to Wrigley to take on the Cubs in a 3-game set. So this stream will start about 1:15. First pitch about 1:20. Did the Cubs game against the Mets off of Roku, which was a little bit behind on what, well, understandably because it's streaming and, MLB.com, is ahead. But it shouldn't be as much here because I'm watching this on CHSN Chicago Sports Net, free via roof antenna, free over the air. All right, leading off. Oh, let's actually get the White Sox defense up there while we got a minute. Leading off is Lux, Espinal, then De La Cruz. Lux is the designated hitter. There's the lineup. Lux, Espinal, De La Cruz, Hayes, Steer, Benson, Stevenson, McLean, and Connor Joe. And let's get the Sox defense up there real quick. Outfield, Baldwin, Robert Jr., Palacios, Vargas, Amaya, Rojas, Sosa. The infield, Bryce Wilson to Tice is the battery today. First pitch, high and outside, sinker, misses, ball 1. Next pitch, high, cutter, 87, ball 2. 283 for Lux and 764 OPS. Setting up high, misses outside on a cutter, 3-0, 88 miles per hour. All right, come on, Wilson. What are we doing? Misses upstairs, ball 4. Runner on, leadoff walk. Oh, yeah, and here's the Sox defense. Again, Baldwin, Robert Jr., Palacios, Vargas, Amaya, Rojas, Sosa, infield, Wilson to Matt Tice, the battery. They were showing it on the TV, so I popped it up again. All right. Second place hitter, Espinal, playing third today. Sinker, misses inside, ball 1. 5 straight balls. 0 for 8 this series. No home runs, 9 RBI on the season for Espinal, 274 average. Can Wilson throw a strike? There it is, a sinker, 91, strike one. After 5 straight balls to start the bottom of the first here. Oh, cutter just misses inside, ball 2. I don't think the Sox like the call. I thought it caught the inside edge of the plate. Bunts it down the third base line. Well placed. Pitcher just has to grab it, and that's it. 2 on after a walk and a bunt single. Nobody out for De La Cruz, the switch hitter. Perfectly placed bunt down the grass. Never rolled into the dirt. Sox defense going to be looking to turn a double play, but it's going to be difficult. De La Cruz is pretty fast. He did ground into one earlier in the series. Cutter into left on the run. Baldwin can't get there. 2 hopper, and the bags will be loaded for the Reds. A walk followed by 2 singles and force at any base here for the Sox. Nobody out. Need a pop-up or a strikeout or a double play quickly. And they'll give up a run if they turn a double play for sure. 5-4-3 or 6-4-3. But here we go. Righty on righty. Hayes, the left fielder, hitting 304, 940 OPS. Fouls off a cutter. Strike 1, 88. Reds have a minus 24 run differential the last 11 games. 201 batting average, 336 slugging, 9 home runs. All right. Here's the 0-1. Curveball into the air in center, back near the track, on the track, caught just to the right of the 404 sign, and that'll score a run. And the runners moved up. I apologize. It was so deep. So second and third, a run in, and still batting with 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 away. Nope, that's not right. There we go. 1 run on 2 hits and a walk and a sac fly. Grounder to short. Actually, a liner caught. Apologies. I thought it was that's 2 down. So the Sox will take that. Amaya it was playing in on the infield, took a liner, had his left knee down, his right knee bent, and caught it. Number 8, Amaya. So playing in helped. Change up low, 87, ball 1 to, who's the batter? Benson, the center fielder. He's 2 for 4. Their regular center fielder got hurt in one of the games. I already forgot who that was. Cutter, into right. That's going to score at least 1. Nope, 2. De La Cruz around the corner too quick. 2-0. After the single, runner on first, 2 outs. That's unfortunate. 89 mile per hour, low in the zone on the inside, and lined in the right. 2 RBI on the play. Again, that was Benson. Stevenson, the catcher today, is up now. Throw to first. Well, not in time. CHSN had the base runner cam on, then they switched to the pitcher, and then they missed it. So, all right. How many hits now? 3 runs on 3 hits. Apologies. I'm just trying to get all my scoreboards updated. 1, 2, 3 runs. Sinker low, ball 1. 3 hits, 3 runs. Oops, not that. There, we're good. All right, let's get back to the action. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Sorry, 1-1 is the count. I got behind there. Cutter taken. Strike 2. Sox have won 3 in a row. Changeup low in the dirt. Ball 2. This is their first 3-game win streak of the season. Who the heck? I forgot. Oh, the Marlins. I think they actually won 2 of 3 from the Marlins. They won game 1 and 3. So they lost the second game on Saturday. Sinker into right. Was that fair or foul? Looks like it's foul. That was very close. Yeah, the Sox have been playing better in the month of May. They're 7-6 in May. They were 8-23 at one point. Now they've gone 6-6 in their last 12. So they must have been 7-23 then at the start of the month. So, all right, Benson's still heading back to first. Looks like he had already slid into third. All right, Wilson looks on. He wears number 46. He's set. 2-2 pitch coming up to Stevenson. 4-seam fouled off. 93. It was high. We'll do the 2-2 pitch again. All right. Infield kind of back up the middle. Curveball outside fouled off. 2-2. Looked like short and second were kind of on the edge of the grass and dirt. And third was about normal depth. And first is still holding the runner on. Excuse me. Setting up high. Now here 4-seam grounded to third, over to first in time to retire the side, but not before the Reds come up with 3 big runs in the bottom of the third. End of the first. Reds up 3-0 on 3 hits and a walk. Oh, I'll have to look up. I just got back into baseball, so I will double check that right now. Bryce Wilson. Oh, I'll have to look up his actual numbers. Career. Yes, you're correct. Brewers 2024, 2023. Pittsburgh and Atlanta. Pittsburgh before that in 2022. Pittsburgh and Atlanta 2021, and Atlanta before that. So, yes, you're correct. I meant to say you're correct, and I hit I hit enter by accident, reaching for the apostrophe. All right. End of the first as we head to the top of the second. Martinez, 1-2-3. Nick Martinez, 1-2-3 in the top of the first. He's 1-4, 4.14 ERA, 45 and 2/3 innings pitched, 39 strikeouts. His WHIP is 1.27. And Cincinnati Reds last year, he was 10-7, 3.10 ERA. 2 years with the Padres before that, and 4 with the Texas Rangers before that. So RBIs to Hayes on the sac fly, and a 2-run hit or a single for Benson. That's how the Reds have gone so far. Oh yeah, there's other games going on too. I should check in on those in a minute. Next half inning. All right, so this brings up Vaughn, who is DHing today for the White Sox. Tice, the catcher on deck. Sosa, the first baseman, in the hole. Sinker taken low in the zone. Strike 1. My gosh, Martinez like rocks back and forth to get warmed up before he throws the pitch. Outside. 1-1. Setting up outside again. Fouls off a cutter. 88. Strike 2. Vaughn, 194 on the season. 564 OPS. Sinker to second. 1 hops. Throws to first in time. 1 away. So G4-3 on the fielding. Assist to the second baseman. Put out for the first baseman. So Braves are up 1-0 on the Nats. Head to the top of the 4th. Twins Orioles after 2, no score. Cutter high, taken, ball 1. This is Tice, the catcher. If I were the White Sox next 11 years, we'd get Aaron Judge. That would help. Yeah. He'd help a lot of teams. 4-seam, upstairs, no swing. Checked it. 2-0. Tice, 224 on this. I already said that. 726 OPS. Cutter, foul down the right field line. 2-1. 1 home run, 8 RBI in 29 games for Matt Tice. Kiro has the day off because Vaughn is the DH. Changeup taken, strike 2. 81. 19 pitches thus far for Martinez. Here's the pitch. Changeup into left. Under it and caught for out number 2. Quickly 2 away. 5 in a row retired. Oh, I can't show the TV, not on YouTube. If that's what you're asking, yeah. You might be able to on Twitch or Kick, but I'm not really sure on the rules there. But YouTube, I know you can't. Sinker inside, ball 1. Yeah, I think I've seen people do it on Twitch and Kick, but 4-seam catches the top of the zone, taken, strike 1. This is Sosa, 272 average, 672 OPS. Fouls off a 4-seam, 1-2, 93 miles per hour. And even if I could show it on Twitch or Kick, my internet's so slow I can only stream to one platform at a time. So I choose YouTube. Setting up upstairs and it's high and in. Ball 2, 94 miles per hour. 1 home run, 3 RBI for Sosa in the last 10 games. He's 11 for 32. Yeah, I think he hit a solo yesterday. Slider misses low. Full count. 25 pitches for Martinez. Speaking of my internet, yep, everything looks okay. No drop frames on OBS. Still counting up on the minutes and seconds. All right, just double checking. Setting up outside on the full count pitch. Sinker down the middle, grounded to short. De La Cruz throws to first in time to retire the side. 6 up, 6 down for the White Sox. We head to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Reds. Game 3 of this 3-game series, with the Sox leading the series 2-0, but down early in the game. Take that down. And due up for the Reds will be McLean. He's hitting 8th. Then Joe. He's hitting 9th. Then top of the order, Lux, who is the DH today. Yeah, if you see people showing video, they're probably violating the YouTube agreement. What do you call that? So I choose not to. I don't want to get banned or have my stream taken down. So I do play-by-play and I react. I try to do my best to do a live score bug, and I show the box score for baseball and for like football, basketball. I show the play-by-play. Hockey, not as much to really show. As far as, I'm talking about this way. I can't even point. The window I share. I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, and here we go. So 3-0. We're heading to the third. Here's what's coming up this week here on Sinbin Stream. Oh, sorry. Did I forget to put... Yeah, end of second. Oh, yeah, so I got to put... I'm sorry, it is mid-second. I got to put end. Bunted foul on a sinker. Strike 1. Whoops, let's take this down. Put this up. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just got back into baseball with the Royals series when the Sox got swept all 4. It's taken strike 2. They're interviewing yesterday's starter, Davis. I already forgot his last name. Sinker fouled off. We'll do the 0-2 again. Yeah, last year, I do remember hearing just about all the losing streaks. I just hadn't, my friends convinced me that baseball was much quicker, more around 2.5 hours now with the advent of the, there's Davis Martin yesterday. Apologies. All right, curveball hit to right at the track at the 370 line, or 370 sign, caught by Robert Jr., the center fielder. Make that 1 out. Yeah, Davis Martin. They're talking to him. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I remembered his first name. Tried to call him Spencer Martin once, who was the Chicago Wolves goalie in last night's game. All right, Joe is up with 1 away. Sinker taking strike 1. I mean, their pitching seems to be pretty solid this year for the Sox. Defense has been better. Sinker off the pitcher to the second baseman, over to first in time, 2 down. So a much better start to the second inning for Wilson versus the first inning when he loaded the bases on a walk and 2 singles, and the Reds got their 3 runs. After a sac fly, all runners advanced, and then a 2-run single by Benson, the center fielder. All right, Lux in the left-handed batter's box. Cutter taken, strike 1 to Lux. There's the 0-1. Wow, nasty curveball taken, strike 2. It looked outside, and it just bent into the strike zone at the last second and caught the outside edge of the plate. 0-2, way upstairs, 92, ball 1 taken. All right, here's the 1-2. Changeup singled into right field with 2 outs. The Reds get a base runner aboard. Their 4th hit of the game. Pitching staff in the last 5 games, ERA 1.96 for the Sox, 1.13 whip, 36 strikeouts in 46 innings. 2 total walks in the last 19 innings pitched. Sinker taken inside, ball 1. This is Espinal, the second hitter. Lux just got a single. He's at first. He walked in the first inning. Espinal's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Righty on righty. Cutter into right on the run and makes the catch for the 3rd out to retire the side. So we're through 2 innings. 3-0 Reds as we head to the top of the 3rd. Let me get the base runner off of there. Through 2 innings. There we go. All right, let's check. Do a little refresh here. Through 4 innings, the Braves lead the Nats 1-0 in Atlanta. Twins on the road in Baltimore. They swept the Orioles in the doubleheader yesterday, and they lead this game in the top of the 3rd as are still batting. They got 3 runs in the top of the 3rd to lead the Orioles 3-0. And those are the other 2 games. Blue Jays host the Tampa Bay Rays later, 2:07 Central Time. The rest of the actions in the evening. Getaway day, light day on Thursday for MLB. 2, 4, 6 games only. Again, tomorrow, White Sox at Cubs, game 1 of a 3-game set. Then UFL football Friday night, 7 p.m. Central. I'll figure out, you know what? I got to look at the NHL real quick. I doubt there's going to be a game 6 at 7 o'clock, more like 7:20. Let me see what happened last night. I forgot to check the scores today. All right, we're getting set for the top of the 3rd. I'll hold that thought. Just married. Let's go Sox. Couple had a sign up in the stands. Fouls off a 4-seam, ball 1. I'm sorry, strike 1. Palacios, left-handed batter against the righty Martinez. Palacios, 200 batting average, 587 OPS. Curveball looked low. Ump called it a strike. Palacios, I don't think, liked it. 29 games, 200 average, 1 home run, 4 RBI. Here's the 0-2, setting up down the middle. Changeup, fouled off to the first base side, out of play. 0-2 still. 28 pitches for Martinez. I'm assuming this is a Reds fan in the chat. Welcome, though, anyways. Four seam, jammed him. Slow roller. De La Cruz throws to first in time. Shortstop takes it on the second base side. One away. All right, let's check in. So tonight, Game 5. Yeah, there's 2 Game 5s tonight. Road team up 3-1, and yeah, both road teams are up 3-1 in the series. So yeah, I'll know more tonight. I'll know more tomorrow whether or not there's gonna be a Game 7 Saturday night. Ball 1 low. The hitter is Baldwin, batting in the 8th spot. 225 on the season, 608 OPS. Great play by De La Cruz, by the way. Four seam to the second baseman in short right. Throws to first in time. Quickly 2 away. Good play by McLean. That'll bring up Amaya, the shortstop today. 102 average, 244 OPS. All right, so yeah, Friday there's 1 Game 6. Saturday, sinker taken high in the zone, strike 1. 102, 0 homers, 7 RBIs in 33 games. Jeez Louise. Sinker on the ground to third, throws to first in time. 1, 2, 3. Sox quickly retired as we head to the bottom of the third. One time through the order, and Martinez is perfect. 9 up, 9 retired. Sox need to get the bats going in the second time through the order. All right, I got to fix this one. Mid-third. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. Why do I have a hit for the Sox? Apologies. I'll fix that one. Wanted that one. Yeah, I really appreciate the pitch clock. That's brought me back to baseball. I got to admit. I wasn't looking forward to doing baseball, but the pitch clock has really got me interested. And when you don't hit very well like the Sox, that also moves it. They hit well yesterday, and they hit well on the 10th, Tuesday. But yeah. Okay. 0-0-0 and 3-4-0. All right, that one's good. This one's good. Middle of the third. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy for the pitch clock. Really love it. I hadn't watched baseball since like August of 2010. I think the Sox and the Cubs, I don't know. I know the Cubs were brutal that year. All right, we got De La Cruz, the switch hitter, leading things off. He hits a curveball deep and gone into the first row above the 379 sign. And quickly, it is 4-0 Reds. Wow. Whoops. Forgot to fix the outs. Bottom 3. 4-0. 5 hits for the Reds. Just drove an 81-mile-per-hour curveball that was low. Would have been a strike, and just basically golfed it a little bit into right over the 379 sign into the first row, and caught on a good catch by the fan. Cutter, line out, too short. Hit hard, but one away in the bottom of the third. So De La Cruz homered, then Hayes lined out. All right, let's fix this box because they got a run in the third and they got another hit. There we go. All right, righty on righty. It's Steer. He takes a sinker, strike one, 91 miles per hour. 0 for 1, line out in first. 4 home runs, 12 RBI, I believe. Sinker misses just inside, evens the count, 1-1. Ooh, sinker misses inside and high. Not quite chin music, but he moved out of the way. Now, Wilson can't be too thrilled right now with the way his afternoon is going. All right, 2-1 count. Cutter into right. One hopper. Single. CHSN very slow to cut to the outfield cam. 6th hit of the day. And we're not even through 3 yet for the Reds. That's a sweet looking Sox hat. One of those old time ones, probably from like 1917 or so. Cutter swung on and missed. Strike one. One away. Runner at first. Benson, 1 for run with a 2 RBI or 2-run single. All right. Here's the 0-1. Cutter fouled off first base side. Strike 2. Come on, strike out or double play here. Stevenson, the catcher, is on deck. Oh, upstairs, way up high. Ball 1, 92 mile per hour. Wilson's thrown 43 pitches. All right. How many times do I have to quit out of OneDrive on my computer? There we go. Oh, throw to first. Gets away. He'll move to second. Damn it. That's got to be an error. I mean, again, CHSN is so bad at covering throws to first. I'm assuming it was a bad throw. And yep, E1. That's what they already ruled. Oh, brother. Upstairs, misses on a cutter. Two count. Benson, the hitter, from the 6th spot. Runner on second. 2 away. Curveball misses low and inside. Full count. Oh, boy. Gotta imagine bullpen would be getting warmed up, but we'll see. All right. Full count, 2 away. Runner at second, swung on and missed on a high cutter. Strike 3, 2 away finally. If he took it, it would have been ball 4, but he swung under it and missed. Great pitch by Wilson. All right, Tyler Stevenson, 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first. 1 home run, 5 RBI on the season. Swung on and missed a curveball. 82, strike 1. All right, setting up high. That's where it was. A sinker fouled off. Strike 2. Was headed right to the catcher's glove on that one. All right, already down 4-0. Gotta get Stevenson here. No more, limit the damage here. Solo shot by De La Cruz here in the bottom of the third for the Reds. Changeup misses outside. 1-2. 86 on the changeup. All right, checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 on a sinker. So the error doesn't hurt them, but they did give up a run on that solo shot by De La Cruz. We head to the top of the fourth. It is 4-0 Reds. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Whoops. All right. So the Sox, yep, I was just talking about it. March and April, they were 7-23. In May, 7-6. So playing much better of late. Heading to top of the fourth. First pitch. Taken low, sinker for strike 1. Oh, man. Are they saying my audio? Oh, jeepers creepers. YouTube studio. Slider misses outside, 1-1. Vargas is the leadoff hitter today. Everybody on the Sox, 1 through 9, 0 for 1. Top 4. Change up in the air to left, but at the track and under it, it's caught for out number 1. Best hit ball so far for the Sox. All right, YouTube studio, what's wrong with my audio? The audio stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. I wonder if that's from me pausing my mic or something. Maybe I'll up my bit rate just a little bit. Yes, I'm sick of seeing Martinez rocking back and forth. We don't need that. All right, 1-1's the count. Sorry, I got distracted by YouTube Studio. I wonder if I should close it and reopen it. Change up outside, ball 2. I bet you that's from me muting it between innings when I went to get water and take a break. All right, 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Rojas. 4-seam taken, strike 2. 1 out. top of the fourth. 10 up, 10 down so far for the White Sox offense. 2-2 count. Taken inside on a sinker, ball 3. That's got to be it, because I am, sorry, talking about streaming settings, but here's the pitch. Grounder to second base, over to first in time, 2 down. 11 up, 11 retired. 43 pitches so far for Martinez. 0-0-1 for the Sox, 4-6-0 for the Reds. Error by the pitcher on a pickoff, Wilson. It didn't end up costing the Sox. 0-for-1 on a strikeout. Here is Robert Jr. Takes a four-seam, high and in, ball 1. He's hitting third today. Setting up pretty much down the middle. Misses high, sinker, ball 2. Excuse me. Oh, just settle down, dude, and select your pitch and go. Man, he rocks back and forth so much. Sinker fouled off, strike 1, 92 miles per hour. 2-1 pitch on its way upstairs. Ball 3, 93 miles per hour. Sinker fouled off. Full count. 2 outs. Top of the fourth. Nobody on. My gosh, I'm so annoyed by him rocking back and forth. Sinker on the ground. Slow roller to third. It goes foul. He would have beat that out easily for the first hit for the Sox. But nope, we'll do the 3-2 pitch again. It started in the grass, took 3 hops on the grass, and when it hit the edge of the grass, it just immediately rolled foul. Tough break. Sox could have used the base runner there. Trailing 4-0, top of 4. Oh my gosh, don't. I hate this rocking. Change up. Lined out it to third. So 12 up, 12 down. Heading to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the fourth. 4-0 Reds. Tough break again for the White Sox offense. Solid hit, and it just went right to the third baseman. Oh, yeah, let's check in on the other 2 games. Get a quick refresh here. All right, in Atlanta, through 5 innings, as the Braves just got 3 in the 5th to take a 4-0 lead on the Nats. Twins got 3 in the 3rd. They're batting in the top of the 4th. They lead in Baltimore over the Orioles. Over the Orioles, 3-0. So 3 shutouts going, and the shutout teams have 2 hits combined, 1 each for the Orioles and Nats, and none for the White Sox. Due up for the Reds, we got McLean, the 8th hitter, Joe, the 9th hitter, then top of the order with Lux. Lux is the DH for the Reds today. Yeah, so I got to remember not to freak out when I get that audio warning when I mute my mic between innings. I didn't realize that's what was happening. I used to try to stream at 3,500 what is that? Kilobits per second, kbps. And I had to drop down to 3250 because my slow internet would start having drop frames, which means frozen video. So, and then I'm getting this audio warning, but it's because I think I'm hitting the mute button when I get up. All right. Wilson back on the mound, facing the 8th place hitter. Cutter misses high. Ball 1. 0 for 1 with a flyout in the second. 5 home runs, 15 RBIs on the season, 169 average. Setting up high and outside. Misses high, sinker 90. Man, does every team have people hitting under 200? This is insane to me. 3 in a row for the Reds. Sinker. Whoa, they gave it to him. Strike 1. Looked a little high. I mean, I know the Sox have them every game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 today. And the Reds have 3 in a row at the bottom of the order. Cutter into left. That's a fair ball. Likely a double down the line as Baldwin chases. And into second. Stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Reds. That's McLean. As I was just commenting on him being under 200, he rips a double into left. Two-hopper that then went into foul territory in the warning track. Easy stand-up double. 7th hit of the day for the Reds as they bat here in the bottom of the 4th. Apologies, ball 1 to the next hitter. Again, the 9th place hitter, Connor Joe, number 17, playing right field, 0 for 1 with a ground out in the second. Checks the runner. Wilson's delivery just misses outside. Ball 2. Looked like it had the right height, but just missed the outside corner. All right, Wilson is set. Here's the delivery. Cutter missed outside. Ball 3. Come on. We got the top of the order coming up. You got to go after Joe. I know you have first base open, but we got to stay out of these big innings here. Come on, Wilson. Sinker catches the upper edge of the zone. Taking strike 1. 58 pitches for Wilson so far. Three one pitch. Sinker into right. Picks it up. Throws home. It's cut off at first, and the runner holds at third. But runners at the corners. A double and a single. Nobody out for the Reds as they have 8 hits now as they're still batting here in the bottom of the 4th. Wilson, 59 pitches, but he's in trouble again here. Could be a big inning for the Reds. Cutter on the ground at short, over to second. Not in time at first, and that should score a run. So RBI fielder's choice. And it's 5-0 Reds. But the Sox recording out at second, I think. Are they reviewing? Oh, boy. I don't know. They have the pitch clock rolling, but they haven't put the out up. I don't know. CHSN. Good Lord. 1 for 2, single in the first, and a run for Espinal, the number 2 hitter. Takes strike 1. Good gravy. They are slow on stuff sometimes. 5 runs on 8 hits for the Reds. Curveball into right, on the run, at the line in foul territory, caught by Palacios for out number 2, and runner holds at first. All right, 5-8-0 for the Reds. They had 3 runs in the first inning and 2 here in the fourth. Apologies. Into foul territory, strike 1. Third baseman almost was there. I'm sorry. They had 3 in the first, 1 in the fourth, 1 in here. Sorry. 3 in the first, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. I'll get it right one of these times. Again, 5-8-0. All right, De La Cruz, who had a solo home run and is 2 for 2 today and 2 runs scored. 1 RBI on the home run. Cutter misses high, 1-1. All right, switch hitting. De La Cruz in the left-handed batter's box facing the righty Wilson. They're setting up high and in. Swung on and missed on a 4-seam, 94 miles per hour. Strike 2. 65 pitches now for Wilson. Trying to stay out of the big inning and give the Sox some hope. Misses upstairs and in. Ball 2, 93 miles per hour. De La Cruz, the 3-hitter in the order for the Reds today. 2-2, 2 outs. Runner at first. Fouls off an inside cutter. Still 2-2. All right. Setting up outside. Low. Changeup missed in the dirt. Full count. 2 away. Runner at first. Already got a run this inning, giving them a 5-0 lead. They just showed Hayes on deck. Swung on and missed for strike 3. A cutter down the middle. They get a run, but they leave 1 on. We head to the top of the 5th. It is 5-0 Reds. 5-8-0. Yep, that's right. Okay. So, not much offense to speak of for the White Sox. In fact, nothing. 12 batters, 12 straight outs. Had a line out at third. Had a deep fly out to left. That's about it. Nothing really close. Robert Jr. had a slow roller. Just hit the edge of the grass and go foul. That was actually probably the closest thing they've had to a hit so far. Haven't done much against Nick. Is it Nick Hold on. Nick Martinez, yeah. Wilson struggling. Gave up 3 in the first. 1 in the third on a De La Cruz home run, I believe. Solo. Yep, in the third. And then just got another one here in the bottom of the 4th. Let's check in and out of the other 2 games. Hit a quick refresh. All right, in Atlanta, the Nats finally scored. They're still batting in the top of the 6th, but they're trailing 4-1 to the Braves. Twins still up 3-0 in Baltimore through 4 innings over the Orioles. Coming up at 2:07 p.m. Central, Rays at Blue Jays. All right, first pitch, curveball in the dirt, ball 1. Hitter is Andrew Vaughn, 0 for 1 with a ground out. He is the DH today. Here's the pitch. Cutter taken, 89, strike 1. 52 pitches for Martinez. As they show the White Sox manager looking on. Sinker. Oh, I called it a ball. I thought he got the low and outside corner, but guess he called it low. Pitch looked good. Here's the 2-1. Fouls off a 4-seam. 93. 2-2 count. And Elko in the dugout. He has the day off today. Two-two pitch. Wind up delivery. Cutter fouled off into the right field stands. Past the tarp. We'll do it again. 2-2. All right. Rocking back and forth and now delivering the 2-2. A bouncing Cutter in the dirt. Did they say he swung? You got to be kidding me. What was that? Vaughn didn't like it. I don't even know if they appealed. I think they just said he swung. It was close. And it was in the dirt, so the catcher tagged him. Vaughn looked back and couldn't believe it. 13 up, 13 down. 4-seam taken inside, ball 1. 93 miles per hour. Tice is the hitter, 0 for 1 with a flyout in the second. 221 average, 1 home run, 8 RBI. 8 RBI on the season. Fouls off a curveball straight into the dugout area, I believe. Or the on-deck hitter circle. 1-1 is the count. 1 away. White Sox batting in the top of the 5th. Tice, the catcher, is up. Sosa, first baseman, on deck. Vaughn, the DH, so he normally plays first. Or Elko, who they just called up this week. 4-seam, 93, misses outside, 2-1. Tice, lefty. Against the righty, Martinez. Delivery, 4-seam, 93, fouled off, 2-2. All right, setting up high, 4-seam, fouled off. We'll do it again. 61 pitches for Martinez. All right, here's the delivery. Setting up low, curveball fouled off. Good battle here going for Tice in this at bat. All right, 2-2, 1 out. Got ahead of myself. Here's the pitch. Changeup misses low. Full count, 3-2. 1 out. Second hitter of the inning, Tice. Full count. 5 seconds on the pitch clock. Into the delivery. 4-seam into right for a single. And there goes the no-hitter for Martinez. Actually, there goes the perfect game for Martinez. Sox collect their first hit of the game. So 1 out. their first base runner aboard at first base. Tice takes his lead. Sosa in the right-handed batter's box. Righty on righty. Martinez checks the runner. Here's his delivery. Sinker fouled off. Strike one. Fouls it off. 0-2. Pitch. Setting up high and inside. Fouls off a four seam. Actually, it's into right. I couldn't tell. They take so long to cut to the camera. Out number 2. Caught by the right fielder. That is Joe. That'll bring up Palacios with 2 out and a runner at first. CHSN just stays on the batter while he's watching it. And I couldn't tell because it didn't look like he was running, so I assumed it was fouled off. I apologize. No excuses, but CHSN just does a really poor job with the camera work. All right, lefty. Oh, swung on down the left field line again. They're just watching the hitter. Quickly, the Sox are retired after a 1-out hit to break the perfect game. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 5-0 Reds. Golly, I just don't understand their coverage. They're so slow to cut the cameras. Sox first hit through 5, or bottom of the 5th, halfway home. Game is an hour and 10 minutes old, so not bad. At this pace, we would end at 2:02. All right, due up for the Reds, we have Hayes, the left fielder, Steer, the first baseman, Benson, the center fielder. So that is 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Let's see if Wilson's done for the day. Maybe not. They might want him to eat up some innings here. Bullpen's been at work. So the Sox have, 4 hitters on the bench. So they have huge bullpen. $12 pitchers, yeah. Just getting back into baseball since last week, so figuring out the rosters and such. All right, let's check in on the other games real quick. In Atlanta, Nats trailing 4-1 to the Braves as we go to the top of the 7th. Twins still up 3-0 in Baltimore or over the Orioles, bottom of the 5th, Orioles batting. Smith versus Horton, Burke versus Boyd, Cannon versus Ray are the pitching matchups for the White Sox at Cubs. The 3-game set gets underway tomorrow. I'll be here at 1:15. Sinker misses upstairs. Wilson, ball 1. Fouls off a cutter into just past the tarp into the right field stands. They never showed where it landed. They couldn't find it. 1-1. So if a fan makes a great catch, I'll probably have no idea. Just on home runs. Showing a gathering of Sox fans. One guy has a Sox jersey and a Reds hat, though. Interesting. Curveball fouled off. 1-2. Hayes, the 4-hitter. 0 for 1 and an RBI. He had a sac fly in the first. 300 hitter on the season. 922 OPS. All right, 1-2. Somebody called time. Wilson steps off the rubber. All right. Here's the 1-2. Misses low on a sinker. 2-2. 73 pitches for Wilson. All right. Wilson is set. Righty on righty. Here's the pitch. Way outside on a cutter. Did he swing? No. First base ump says no. Yeah, they'll ring up the Sox, but let's see a replay. Did he go? Sure, All right. Wilson set. Full count pitch. Sinker into left. No, caught by the shortstop. A little liner. 1 away. That retires the leadoff hitter, and it'll bring up Steer, the first baseman. He's 1 for 2 today. As we get a side-by-side commercial on CHSN. All right, righty against righty. Wilson, curveball, grounded. Third baseman takes it, throws the first in time. 2 away. That was pitch 76 for Wilson. Good play by Vargas. He stepped in front of the shortstop, took it in smooth motion and delivery, threw it to Sosa at first to record out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Curveball, called strike. 0-1. Are you rooting for the Reds? That's fine. I hear you. Sinker fouled off. 0-2. Oh, they're showing. Oh, the City Connect. Yeah, jerseys they wear every. Fouls off a 4-seam. We'll do it again. 0-2. Inside on a cutter, 1-2. Oh, the White Sox. Yeah, their pen has been good. Low, ball 2. Sorry, 2-2, 2 away, nobody on. Benson, the hitter, righty against lefty. 4-seam in the air to center, on the run, back at the wall. Oh, man, he had it, but then it went over. Home run. Oh, it should have been a catch and an out by Robert Jr. Instead, it's a home run for Benson. Unbelievable. It like hit off his glove and then caromed off of something, in the stands, so it was gone. Back at the wall, just near the Toyota sign. Yeah. Oh, God, he should have made the catch. It came back into the field. Went through the webbing on his glove. I think it ricocheted off of a seat, either in the first or no, off the steps and off a fan and back in. Sinker to right. This one is going to be caught for the third out of the inning, but the Reds pick up another run. We head to the top of the sixth, 6-0 Reds. What is it? 0690. Yep. Oh, man, that should have been an out. So the Reds have picked up, they had 3 in the first, and then they've had, the only time they got shut out was the second, and they've picked up 1 in each of the third, fourth, and fifth innings. Jeepers. Sox getting out hit 9-1 as well. Yeah, just that Royals series though. Sox bullpen blew a couple though. They had a couple leads against the Royals in that 4-game series. Sox, oh yeah, they got blown out in Game 4, like 10-0. First game I think it was 3-0, but then they had leads in Game 2 and 3. Oh man, get Wilson out of there though. I mean, 5 innings. Sox will have Baldwin, Amaya, and then the top of the order, Vargas, in the 6th inning. Oh, well, this game, it's going to be rough trying to see the Sox come up with 6 or 7 runs in 4 innings here. As Nick Martinez has been pretty much lights out here. All right. Top of the 6th. All right. Let's see. I got to change this. Baldwin 0 for 1, ground out in the 3rd. First pitch, 4 seams, taken, strike 1. Oh yeah, Baldwin's a switch hitter. So he's in the left-handed batter's box against the righty Martinez, who's thrown 69 nice pitches today. And he's got a rock back and forth. Finally, here's the windup, the delivery. Changeup fouled off on an excuse me swing. Strike 2. Checked to swing and fouled it off. 70th pitch. 0 for 1 today, 223 average. Changeup reached for it low. Fouls it just out of play, third base side. Still 0-2. We got the shift on for Baldwin. He fouls a 4-seam straight back. We'll do it again. Still 0-2. All right. Stevenson set. Delivery. 4-seam chopped to second, over to first in time for out number 1 in the top of the 6th. Starts by position. 16 starts in left for Baldwin, 5 at second and in right field, and 5 at shortstop, and 1 start in center field for Baldwin. And I believe he has the most pinch hit at bats for the Sox. Actually, maybe even in the all of baseball. Sinker. Oh, I thought it was a strike. I thought it caught the low inside corner. Ball 1. Amaya 0 for 1 with a ground out in the 3rd, the 9th place hitter. Cutter misses upstairs. Ball 2. So, are we going to get the kids to come off the bench and pinch hit I mean, any of these guys would be better than Amaya. Taken. Strike one. 2-1's the count. Setting up outside is the catcher. Sinker into right on the run and caught by Joe for out number 2. Line shot. Joe had to make a little of a leap to get it, but he caught it on the run. 2 away quickly in the top of the 6th. One lousy hit for the Sox today, as we have completed 2 rotations of the order, or 2 times through the batting order. Taken, strike, curve. 0-1. This is Vargas, a righty against the righty pitcher. 0 for 2, ground out, line out for Vargas. Low and outside slider evens the count. 1-1. And we have Jared Schuster, a lefty, number 51, warming up in the Sox pen. So hopefully that's it for Wilson. Upstairs on a 4-seam, ball 2. Setting up outside for the 2-1. Sinker on the ground and a single into center just past the second baseman, between the second baseman and first baseman. And the Sox have their second base runner of the day. 2 singles for the Sox. That'll bring up Rojas, playing second base, hitting second today. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Lefty versus the righty hitter. Lefty hitter versus the righty pitcher. Changeup fouled straight back, 0-1. 0 for 2, strikeout and ground out for Rojas. Yeah, with Mydroth off and Curo not in the lineup, and even maybe like Taylor, not a lot of offense for the Sox. But Palacios in for Taylor's fine. It's about the same. 1-1 the count. All right, 1-1. Runner at first, 2 away. Setting up inside. Taken, 4-seam. Strike 2. I don't know what he was waiting on. 84 pitches for Martinez. Down in the count, 1-2. 2 outs. Runner at first. Top of the 6th. Changeup fouled off. Still 1-2. All right, Rojas is not in the box yet. Now he steps in, taps the plate. Pitch clock going. Now the pitch, changeup into center. Back short of the track, caught by the center fielder for out number 3 in the top of the 6th. That was Benson on the catch. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Reds looking to add to their 6-0 lead, 6-run lead. Sox pick up a hit, but nothing else. 2 hits on the day. All right, let us check on the other 2 games real quick here. In Atlanta, Braves still up 4-1 on the Nats. Game is in the bottom of the 7th. Looks like the Braves have 2 on, 1 out, 1-0 count. to Ozuna. And in Baltimore, Twins still lead the Orioles 3-0, bottom of the sixth. Orioles leadoff hitter at 2-1 on the count, and that is Kjerstad facing Paddock. Do not know how to say that Washington pitcher. Brisksy? That's hard to say. Coming up in just under an hour, Rays at Blue Jays. And then 2 games tonight, Astros at Rangers, A's at Dodgers. Only 6 games on the slate in MLB today. And a reminder, here's what's coming up on Sinbin Stream tomorrow. Baseball. Crosstown Classic 1:15. I'll be streaming. And UFL, Friday Night Football, 7 o'clock. I'll have more word on what I might be doing Saturday then. And we got ball 1 to the leadoff hitter for the Reds. Then more baseball. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 2-0 the count to Matt McLean. 1 for 2, a double in the 4th, and a run. So Wilson's still out there as they still have action in the Sox bullpen. Sinker in the air to left. That is long gone. At least 7 rows deep. All right, get the damn hook. This is ridiculous. Doesn't have it. Gave up 3 in the first. And now we've given up a touchdown. 7 runs on 10 hits. And this one was a no-doubter. Up in the zone, 91, and he just turned on it. Hit a bomb to left. Left fielder barely gave it a couple steps. Yeah, that was at least 7 rows deep. Cutter taken, strike 1. The hitter is Joe, the 9th place hitter. He's 1 for 2 today. 4-seam on the outside edge of the plate, taken, strike 2. See, what are we in? Bottom of the 6th. So 4 straight innings they've gotten a run. They only didn't score in the second after getting 3 in the first. So ball 1. So 7 runs on 10 hits. In the air, in right and caught on the run. Diving catch by who is that today? Palacios for out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Good running play. Off the end of the bat and slid on his left knee and made the catch. Hard hit ball. And that'll do it. We're going to get the hook finally, mercifully, for Wilson. And the lefty comes in, number 51. So pitcher change, bottom of the 6th, 1 away. That'll close the book on pitiful performance by Wilson. 5 1/3, 10 runs. I'm sorry. Made it worse than it is. 7 runs on 10 hits. Gave up a walk. Got 3 strikeouts, but gave up 3 home runs, all of which were solo, but that's of little consolation. Schuster is on to pitch. Schuster, a lefty, number 51. No record yet, 0-0, 9.00 ERA, 7 games. No saves. 9 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 1.89 whip. Walks and hits per innings pitched. Jared Schuster with the Sox last year as well. He was a Brave in 2023. Bullpen usage, last 7 games. Looks like the Sox have used at least 2 in the last 7 games. 7, yeah. All right, let's get back to the game. Fouled off a 4-seam, strike 1. Lefty Schuster against the lefty hitter Lux, who is the DH. He's 1 for 2. A single and a run and an RBI. He also had a walk. Swung on and missed on a slider, strike 2. 1 out. Nobody on. Solo shot by McLean. Then Joe lined out and change of pitchers and a changeup between the first and second baseman and into right for a single. Hit number 11 on the day for the Reds. 7 runs on 11 hits. No runs, 2 hits, and an error for the White Sox. If you're new here and you like what we do here, please click the like button on the video. And if you would, please consider clicking the subscribe button to Sinbin Stream channel here on YouTube. Foul down the left field line, strike 1. The hitter is Espinal. 1 for 3, a single in the first and a run. 276 average, no home runs, 9 RBI for the second place hitter in the order for the Reds. Lefty against the righty, low and in, almost in the dirt. Changeup misses, ball 1. All right, 1-1. Checks the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Grounder right back to the pitcher. Second to shortstop. Over to first in time. Double play. So 1-6-4-3. Short to second, or was at any rate. Double play gets the Sox out of the inning, but not before the Reds pick up another run on a solo shot. We head to the top of the 7th. 7-0 Reds. 7 runs, 11 hits. All right, well, let's check in on the other 2 games. Refresh. All right, in Atlanta, the Braves now lead 4-2. The Nats just picked up a run, and they are still batting in the top of the 8th. So 4-2 Braves, top of 8. Twins still up 3-0 in Baltimore. They're leading the Orioles as the Twins bat in the top of the 7th. All right. The Sox have Robert Jr., the center fielder, due up. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Then Vaughn, the DH, and Tice. So the 3, 4, and 5 hitter for the White Sox. All right, righty against righty. Sinker just catches the bottom edge of the strike zone. Strike one taken. Robert Jr. didn't like it. Here's the pitch. Cutter in the air, left center, center fielder under it, short, well short of the track for out number 1. Benson on the catch. Center fielder for the Reds again today. All right, Martinez working on a 2-hitter as the Sox bat in the top of the 7th. Cutter just missed. I thought it caught the low edge of the outside corner. Taylor Rogers, a lefty, warming up for the Reds bullpen. Cutter fouled off. 1-1. 90 pitches for Martinez as he rocks back and forth. Here's the pitch. Curveball, beautiful pitch. Caught the outside corner. Taken strike 2. Ground out, strikeout for Vaughn today. Two singles for the White Sox. That's it. One by Vargas, one by Tice. Upstairs, ball 2 on a 92-mile-per-hour pitch. All right. 2-2, one away. Here's the pitch. Bounces a curveball. Full count. Tice on deck. The catcher today. 2-2. I'm sorry, 3-2. One out. Sinker on the ground. Shortstop. De La Cruz has it. Throws to first in time. Quickly, 2 away for the Sox. And De La Cruz was hit one of those solo shots today. It was De La Cruz, Benson, and McLean, all off of the starter, Wilson. All right, lefty against bounces a curveball, ball 1. This is Tice. 1 for 2. He has one of the Sox singles in the 5th. 232 average, 1 home run, 8 RBI in the season. Here's the 1-0 as we're still rocking back and forth on the mound. Here's the pitch. Curveball on the ground. Second baseman up with it. Over to first in time. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across. We head to the bottom of the 7th. 7-0. Make that the Reds. Hey, Pequeno Gaming, welcome. Yeah, I finally put up a pic. And no, I just like the shirt. Oh, thanks. That's Bubba. I thought. Hey, welcome, Bubba. No, just have always liked Cat when they were a NASCAR sponsor. Don't care for NASCAR. Still like Cat clothing. All right. All right. middle of the seventh. 7-0, 11-2 on the hits, 1 error for the Sox. I'm assuming they'll send Schuster back out for the bottom of the seventh. This game's well in hand for the Reds. 3 in the first by the Reds. Actually, no runs in the second, then 1 in each of the next innings. What happened? Oh, there we go. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So, hey, maybe the Sox are due to blank them in an inning here. Yeah, decided to take the decided to take the Blackhawks thing off of my profile since they're done for the season. Oh yeah, they're showing where the 3 home runs went. Yeah, the one by Benson should have been caught and robbed for a home run by Robert Jr. in center, but it hit his glove and went into the stands and came back out on the field. De La Cruz, a switch hitter against the lefty Schuster, flies one to center. That looks like Baldwin is under it for out number 1. So Baldwin took over in center. Rojas moved to left. Elko came in for Roberts, took over at first. Sosa moved from first to second. So 4 different fielders for the 3 of them switching positions and 1 different fielder for the Sox. 4 seam, 2 hopper to Baldwin in center. Whoops. Just hit the wrong button. 1 out, 1 on. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Hit number 12 for the Reds. That'll bring up Hayes, the left fielder. In lefty pitcher, Schuster. I'm sorry, it's actually Steer. They were slow to reflect the Hayes single on MLB. Strike 1 taken. 1 for 3, single in the third. 201 average. I was reading the on base percentage. 4 seam taken, strike 2. Just caught the outside edge of the plate. 0-2, 1 out, man at first. Checks the runner. Schuster delivers. Swung on and missed, strike 3 on a changeup low, 2 away. Good pitch. Bottom dropped out of it, swung over the top of it. 86 mile per hour on the changeup. All right, Schuster's thrown 11 pitches, facing a lefty, Benson. 2 for 3 today. Slider misses outside. Ball 1. 89. Two for 3, a single and a solo home run for Benson, the center fielder for the Reds today. Setting up a little bit outside. He hits the outside edge. 4 seam. Strike 1 taken. 1-1 to Benson. Man at first. 2 away. Bottom of the 7th. Lefty against lefty. Bounce. Change up in the dirt. Ball 2. Oh, sorry. Just like Cat. Well, that was a typo. 4 seam on the. Oh no, it's a. Was that a ball? Yeah, ball 3. I thought he caught the inside corner. All right, steps out of the box. All right, 3-1. Upstairs, ball 4, 2 on, 2 away. That will bring up Stevenson, the catcher. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Oh, excuse me. Apologies. All right. First and second, 2 away. Here's the first pitch. Slider into left. Back. Under it is Rojas for out number 3 to retire the side. So the Sox finally blank him for the first time since the second inning as we head to the top of the 8th. 7-0 White Sox. I'm sorry, I wish. 7-0 Reds. Ugh. Risque. All right. Sosa is due up, then Palacios and Baldwin. So that is 6th, 7th, and 8th in the Sox order today. And that's it for Nick Martinez. 7 solid innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Has a 3.66 ERA now. Rogers will come on for the Reds. This is Taylor Rogers. He's a lefty, number 55, 1-1 on the season. 1.23 ERA, 17 games, 14 2/3 pitches, 14 2/3 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, whip of 1.23. He was a Giant in 2024 and 2023. Split time between San Diego and Milwaukee in 2022. And a Minnesota Twin from 16 through 2021. So the Sox have a 3-game set with the Cubs. And then a 3-game set with the Mariners Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then they are off next Thursday. Oh, shoot. I think I put mid, didn't I? I meant end 8th. Oh, sorry about that. I meant end of 7th. Now I need mid 8th. Apologies, screwed up. Any rate, 7-0, top of the 8th. Reds in control. Grounder to third on the first pitch. A slider over to first. Did he make the tag? He's out. Yeah. Throw drew him off the bag, but they said he checked the glove and made sure he still had the ball. Quickly 1 away. Sox down to their last 5 outs of the game. All right, here's the first pitch. Sinker looked a hair low, but I guess it caught the bottom of the strike zone. Palacios is 0 for 2. Lefty against lefty. Sweeper driven to left center. One hops the wall. The left fielder, Hayes, has it, but into second with a stand-up double. First extra base hit for the Sox on the afternoon. That is Palacios, the right fielder, with 1 out. Only their 3rd hit of the game for the White Sox. Reds have 7 runs on 12 hits. All right. Rogers checks the runner, delivers to Baldwin, the switch hitter, Four seam misses upstairs, gets away from the catcher, but no movement by Palacios from second. And why would he? I mean, they're down 7-0. 0 for 2, 2 ground outs, 221 average, 3 home runs, 16 RBI for Brooks Baldwin, who started in sinker, misses low, 2-0. He started in left and he moved to center for the bottom of the 7th. All right, checks the runner. Rogers delivers. Sweeper misses just outside, 3-0. On deck is the 9th hitter, Amaya. Good Lord, they better pinch hit for him. Get Mydroth up, or Curo. Bullpen action for the Sox, a righty. I didn't catch who it was. Strike one taken, 3-1. So that might be it for Schuster then. In the bottom. All right, here's the pitch. Misses inside on a sweeper. Ball 4. 2 on, 1 out for the Sox in the top of the 8th, but trailing 7-0. Is that their first walk of the day, too? It is. Wow. So 1 walk, 3 hits. 2 of them singles, and a double here, followed by a walk, the only walk, here in the top of the 8th. Swung on and missed, and it is Amaya. Why aren't we pinch hitting for this guy? 098 on the season. No homers, 7 RBI, ground out, line out today. Fouls off a sinker, quickly 0-2. 10 pitches for Rogers. Okay, checking the runner at second. Here's the 0-2, setting up high. Grounder up the middle. That's going to be a double play. No, safe at first. All right, apologies. Maya got down the line in a hurry. 2 away. 4-6 on the fielder's choice. So runners at the corners, but now 2 gone. It's a Sox bat here in the top of the 8th. 3 gosh darn hits for the Sox. To paraphrase Major League, Harry Doyle on the call, the late great Bob Uecker. All right, Miguel Vargas, 1 for 3 at the plate, top of the order. Sweeper taken, strike 1. Here's the pitch. Sweeper misses inside. Ball 1. Vargas hitting .216, .643 OPS. All right. Rogers is set. Leg kick. Sinker driven to right. 1 hops Joe. That's the first Sox run of the game. 2 on, 2 out. Actually, what is the base situation? Is it first and second or first and third? I missed it. Vargas drives opposite field. Single, 1 hopper to Joe. He charged, then he had to back off to make sure it didn't get by him. All right, it is first and third still. Apologies. Yeah, with 2 outs, he's going. This will bring up Rojas. Sinker taken high in the zone, but strike 1. So 1 run on 4 hits for the Sox finally. Fouls off a sinker, 0-2. Two outs. Runners at the corners. 0-2 count. Rogers in relief. Sweeper swung on and missed. Strike 3. That'll retire the side. Sox leave 2 on, but they do finally break the shutout as we head to the bottom of the 8th. 7-1 Reds. All right, be right back. I'm going to mute and I won't freak when I get the warning on YouTube Studio. All right, we are back. And yeah, Tim Elko takes over at first. Any other changes for the Sox? Who's the pitcher? It is Gomez. Yandris Gomez, number 94, a righty, 1-1 on the year, 6.28 ERA, 9 games, 1 save, 14 in the third innings, 11 strikeouts, 1.81 whip. Way outside for ball 1. Bottom of the 8th. McLean, the hitter, takes a 95 mile per hour four seam, strike 1. So this is McLean who's hitting 8th. He had a home run today. Misses outside on a sweeper, 2-1. Two for 3 with actually a double and a solo homer, 2 runs. Fouls off a four seam, evens the count, 2-2. All right, 2-2 on its way. Righty against righty, misses outside on a four seam, full count. Bounces a four seam, ball 4. Oh, brother. 1 on. Leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 8th for the Reds. Reds up by 6. Looking for more insurance runs. Connor Joe, 1 for 3, a single in the 4th. The right fielder today, batting 9th for the Reds. Setting up high. Here's the first pitch. Misses outside. Ball 1. 96 mile per hour. Four seam. All right. 1-0 pitch. Change up. Missed outside, but called strike 1. Joe didn't like it. Yeah, pitch looked outside. This ump's been better today, though, than the ump last night. The ump last night was so inconsistent. All right, here's the 1-1. Way outside and low sweeper, ball 2. Gomez all over the place. All right, setting up just a little high in the zone, though. Four seam, grounder to third, over to second, to first in time. A 5-4-3 double play. Good defense throwing the leather around here in the bottom of the 8th. And that will bring up the top of the order, and that is Lux, the DH. He is 2 for 3, a run, an RBI, also a walk. He's hitting .291 on the season. And we called time. Lux finally gets in the right-handed batter's box to take on the righty Gomez. Here's the pitch. Misses outside on a sweeper, but he did not check his swing in time. 0-1. 2 away after the double play by the White Sox. Here's the pitch. 4-seam, pretty much down the middle. Strike 2 taken. I'm sorry, this is Austin Wins pinch hitting for the DH Lux. Career pinch hitter, 3 for 8, 375 average. No homers, 1 RBI. Okay, so apologies. Pinch hitter. Misses outside on a sweeper, ball 1. All right, 5 seconds on the pitch clock. Into his windup with 2. Here's the pitch. 4-seam. Got him. Low in the zone. Strike 3 called. Ends the inning, but we're through 8. We head to the top of the 9th. Sox need a 6-run inning or the game will be over. One run, 4 hits, 1 error for the Sox. 7 runs on 12 hits, no errors for the Reds, and we're through 8 innings. All right, let's check the rest of the league at the moment. Get a refresh. All right, batting in the bottom of the 8th are the Orioles. They trail the Twins 4-0 in Baltimore. And we have a final. Braves at home beat the Nats 5-2. Each team got a run in the 8th. Coming up in, about less than 20 minutes, Rays at Blue Jays. And 2 games tonight, Astros at Rangers and A's at Dodgers. That's it. 6 games on the MLB schedule today. And a reminder, plenty of White Sox baseball. 4 out of the next 5 and 5 out of the next 6 days. Game 1 and 3 against the Cubs. Saturday, I'm not sure. A little bit up in the air. I will be at my 10-year-old's baseball game doubleheader. I could join Cubs Sox in progress, but I think I might try to do the Sky at Fever first WNBA game of the year for the Sox. All right. But again, plenty of White Sox games and the UFL football coming up tomorrow. All right, Luis May, M-E-Y, or May, yeah, is the pitcher for the Reds. Called sinker low in the zone, but it's strike 1. The hitter is Elko. Took over at first. The Sox adjusted. Sinker, 100 miles per hour, missed just high. And Elko's 1 for 8 in the series. Swung on and missed on a slider, strike 2. I mean, it's ELKO. I don't know. I'll have to look if there's a different pronunciation. I assume it's Elko. All right, setting up outside. Slider, low, called, strike 3, 1 away. Sox down to their last 2 outs as they bat here in the top of the 9th. Do I need to update this one? 141-712. Oh, nope. Swung on and missed on a sinker, strike 1. I think it's Vaughn, who is the designated hitter today. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Tice, the catcher's on deck. Slider misses just low, 1-1, 86 miles per hour. Here's the pitch from the righty. Slider just inside, 2-1 to Vaughn. He is 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a strikeout. 5 home runs, 18 RBI, 190 average for Vaughn. Sinker, low, but called, strike 2. Don't think Vaughn liked it. Yeah, he calls time. Evens the count. It definitely did catch the bottom of the strike zone. Here's the delivery. Bounces a slider outside. Full count. 1 away. Nobody on. The second hitter here in the 9th. The Sox have a walk and 4 hits and a run. That's it. Swung on and missed on a sinker. 99 miles per hour. Just a tick inside. 2 away. Sox down to their last out of the game. Vaughn heads out. Tice is the hitter. He's 1 for 3 today. 229 average. 725 OPS. May, M-E-Y, has thrown 10 pitches. Righty against lefty. Sinker misses low. Ball 1. 1 for 3, single in the 5th, 229 average, 1 home run, 8 RBI in the season. The righty delivers. Sinker swung on into center, back near the track, caught on the run. That is the game. Out number 3 in the 9th. Side is retired. Final score, Reds 7, White Sox 1. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error on the defense for the Sox. Reds 7 runs on 12 hits. Game took 2 hours and 11 minutes, I believe. So let's look at, actually I got to update the records. The White Sox unfortunately drop to 14-30, but they are 7-7 in the month of May. So things have been better in May than in March and April. And this gets the Reds, they break the 2-game losing streak against the Sox, avoid the sweep. Reds improve to 21-24. So the Reds struck early. 3 runs in the first and 1 each in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th to Sox manage a run in the 8th. Ignore the 0 for the Reds in the 9th. I can't put a dash or leave the 9th missing. All right, so that again, it drops the Sox to 14-30 on the year, 21-24 for the Reds. And let's take a look at the box score. Wilson takes the loss. He drops to 0-2. Nick Martinez picks up his 2nd win of the year to improve to 2-4. Rogers in relief gave up the only run to the Sox. Yeah, great outing by Martinez. He was perfect through 4 1/3, I think. He only gave up 2 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts in 7 solid innings. Wilson, rough outing, 3 in that first, and he ended up giving the 4 up in only 5 1/3. 10 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts, 3 solo home runs. His ERA balloons to 6.00. That'll do it. Again, Reds 7, White Sox 1. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast despite the outcome if you're a White Sox fan. And if you're a Reds fan, congrats on the dub. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 1:15 p.m. Central for the first game of the White Sox at Cubs of a 3-game set. But that'll do it. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks everybody who commented. Please click like on the video, and if you wouldn't mind, please consider clicking the like button on Sinbin Stream channel here on YouTube. It really will help out the channel. Thanks so much. This is Sinbin Stream signing out, saying take care, and we'll see you in about 23 hours and 40 minutes or less for the Cubs at Sox. Take care.